All right, hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. This is our last session of 2020. So welcome for those of you here live. Here's our disclaimer and then we'll get rolling. You're about to engage in intense physical activity. Proceed with caution. Do not attempt to perform any movements or activity that exceed your current physical capabilities. Participants with injuries, high blood pressure, chronic health conditions, recent chest pain, or that have any other condition that may limit their ability to participate in this activity should consult their physician or health care provider before proceeding. All right, let's go ahead and start on our feet. Sharon's already moving and dancing. All righty, so we're just gonna start arms at the side, set your feet just underneath the hips. We're gonna bring the hands in front of our chest, 3 cycles of our breathing here. So pull your shoulders back, chin in, breathe in nice and deep. Fill the lungs with air as you reach up to overhead. And then exhale, relax the arms down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back, open through the chest. Wonderful, twice more. Go ahead and close your eyes, pull that chin in, lift tall, breathe deep. And exhale, let it go. Nice, last time, really nice deep breath. Lift up out of the hips and exhale, relax. Very good. Just gonna kind of keep the feet here and then start to twist through the hips, nice and gentle. Let the arms be heavy. Let them just swing against the body. There you go. And if you feel a little funny, just smile. Just getting some blood flow going, getting that lymph flow going, waking up the body. And just be intentional on that exhale. So really blow the air out. Kind of as the arms hit your body, breathing in as they float across. Good job. Couple more each side. Very nice. From here, we're going to go side step and start to open through the chest a little bit more, side to side this time. As you open the palms forward, squeeze the shoulder blades back. Nice. Palms swing forward. There you go. Good job. Side to side here. Good. Couple more each side. Very nice. From here, we're going to interlace the hands, stretch straight up to overhead with a bend in the knees, heels planted. We're going to make some nice big sweeping circles, reaching down for the toes, all the way around. Engage those glutes as you reach up to overhead. We're going to go 3 times each direction. On this second time through, as you come to overhead, fire the glutes. Just gently allow the hips to sink forward. Protect that low back though. Get those glutes to fire. Last time. Reaching up, and now we're going to reverse directions. Take it around the other side when you're ready. And just follow your bodies. There's a nice gentle stretch as you move through. All the way down, all the way around, and up. Good job. Final time. And relax. Whew, very good. Once you come up from that, pull those shoulders back again, lift up through your midline, arms out to the side, balance if you need. We're gonna go our ankle roll. So coming up on one foot, we're gonna go 5 times each direction. Keep that hip nice and square and switch directions when you're ready. There you go. Fantastic. Before we go right to that other side, step a little bit outside the hips. We're gonna circle those hips around in between legs. Nice and smooth. Good job. And then other direction, switch. There you go. All right, and as you finish those, we're gonna step that opposite foot down. Remember to lift up, pull those shoulders back, get a good balance, and then we'll go ankle rolls on that other foot. Staying tall. Very nice. And turn the other way when you're ready. Fantastic. All right, from here, we're going to start to go into our step jacks or jumping jacks if you feel ready for it. We're going to go like 30 seconds each. Step jacks, some marching, and just get a little bit more blood flow here. Good job. You can either stick with the steps, or if you feel ready for a little bit of jumping, nice and light on the feet. Good. Marching next, staying tall, knee and the opposite arm, everything nice and square. Welcome, Jean. Good. Coordinate that breathing. And if you want to add a little hop to it, kind of turn it into a march, running man drill here. Nice. Couple more each side. All right, we're gonna go arms up to the side like scarecrow arms. Pull up to that midsection, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Step back and in nice and controlled. Good. You can't quite get that knee to the elbow, just come as close as you can. Keeping the hips stabilized the whole time. Very good. Nice, smooth breathing. One more. Very good. Back to the step jacks or jump jacks. We're going to take you one more time through that cycle. And we're going to take it down to the floor. Nice. Warming up these shoulders. Good job. 10 more seconds here. Skip or march is next. Few more on the jump jacks, and 2, 1, here we go. Marching or skip. If you want to do that cross body punch like we did that first time, feel free, or just keep everything square. Fantastic. Really keep that chest nice and tall, shoulders back. As the knees come up, lift the foot as well. Lift those toes. 10 more seconds, and we go to that alternating knee to elbow. Two, one, and here we go. Place the feet a little bit wider than the hips, arms out like scarecrow arms, and moving with control, lifting up through that midline. Keep those hips stable. Fantastic. Exhale as you bring that elbow towards the knee. Breathe in to open. Let's go one more each side. And relax. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and grab a drink of water, and then we're going to take it down to the floor. All right. Go ahead and come on down. We're going to stretch out those forearms first. Palms down, fingers go towards you. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Set the feet about hip width apart. Now we'll just start with like a side-to-side rock. And then we're going to interlace the fingers, tilt the hands in, and we'll rotate around. Yeah, a bunch of little tiny bones that live in the wrist, so we just want to get everything moving. Stretch out the forearms a little bit. Allow for good extension through that wrist. Reverse directions when you're ready. Very good. And go ahead and come into a kneeling position or whatever's comfortable and roll those wrists around. Nice. All right, we're going to work into some stretches next. We're going to start with child's pose. You're going to bring your toes together, walk the knees about hip width apart, walk the hands out nice and long, and then you're going to drop your hips back towards the heels, drop the head between your arms. And then just take some nice deep breaths into the area that you feel some tension. So typically the mid-back. Breathe deep. On the exhale, drop a little bit closer to the ground. Once more. Breathe and exhale. Good job. Come up out of that. Place the hands underneath both shoulders. Walk the knees in. We're going to go quadruped hip rock next. Just gently dropping the hips side to side. Just enough to get a little stretch in that side body. You'll feel it into the low back a bit as well. Once more each side. And then next we're going to go into down dog. So as you support through the hands, spread the fingers out, grip the hands down. You're going to turn your toes under, drive your hips up in the air, and then gently pulse your head back, kind of pushing your head between the arms as you drive your hips high to the ceiling. So we'll rock forward and then rock back, pushing between the mid-back. And then when you're ready, go ahead and walk out those heels. Get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. And you can either kind of pedal them quickly, or you can drop one down, pause there for a moment, and then drop the other one down. So whatever feels good to you, just loosen them up. All right, for a moment, we're gonna take a break off the hands. Go ahead and come on down to the knees. If you prefer to stand for this, you're welcome to it. We're gonna go tricep stretch, reaching one arm straight up in the air, bend the elbow, grab that elbow, and just start by getting in a good position. Pull the chin in, sit tall or stand tall. And then when you're ready, you can add a little bit of a side bend here. Get a nice long stretch through the lats and side of the body. Breathe in to lengthen, and then exhale as you bend to the side. We'll go about 5 here before we switch. Very good. Relax out of that. Couple arm swings back and forth. And then when you're ready, same thing, other side, reaching straight up, chin in, lengthen through the spine, bend that elbow, grab that other side, and bending here. Breathe in as you lengthen, and then exhale as you dip into that side bend. Couple more. Good job. Last one. Fantastic. All right, we're going to come back to placing the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to open up our hips a little bit next. So you're going to kind of come into a plank position, and then let's start with your left leg. You're going to step your left leg up, bring it as close as you can to that hand, getting that heel planted on the ground. And once you get it there, just start with gently rocking yourself side to side, kind of open through that hip a little bit. Nice strong support through the arms. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to pivot around. So like you're making little circles with your body. We'll rotate around about 3 times each direction. Keeping those heels planted, and then reverse directions when you're ready. Very good. Just making sure that heel is flat and shin is vertical on that front leg. Good job. In between sides, let's go back into down dog. Step the foot back. Push the hips high, open that mid back once again, pedal out those heels one more time, and then we're going to do the same thing on the right foot. Very good. So it's taking that right foot, nice long step forward, kind of work it forward. Again, we want to see that shin vertical, heel planted best you can. And we'll start by just that sideways rock. So I'm just going to rock side to side, opening up the hips a bit. And then when you're ready, we'll pivot around about 3 little mini semicircles each direction. And same thing, other side. Fantastic. When you finish those circles, go ahead and come on back down to the knee, and we're going to take it onto your back. All right, as you lie back, you're going to set yourself so that you pull those shoulder blades back in together. And we're going to start with pulling both knees in towards the chest. Good time to just relax those eyes closed as you gently rock your body side to side. If everything is feeling good there, then we're going to go arms out to the side, like scarecrow arms again, knees up at 90 degrees, and we're going to go 2 knee twists next. Taking legs to one side, looking over the opposite. And then using that midline strength to pull the legs up and across. Same thing, other direction. Peer over the other shoulder. Let's go once more to each side. Turn the head when you move the legs. And bringing it back when you're ready. Fantastic. From here, feet flat on the ground. And we're going to go about 30 seconds here, nice and controlled, just waking up the back side of the body for some glute bridges. So relax the hips down, push through the heels, gently push the hips up and forward towards the ceiling. And a great time to pull the chin in as well. As the hips go up, chin comes in towards your chest, lengthen the back of the neck. Breathe. Down and relax, up and forward. All right, we're getting ready for some shoulder stability work and some core work. So if you were here a couple weeks ago, we introduced this Turkish sit-up, we call it. We're going to be reviewing that again today, going for about 4 to 6 reps in each arm. If this is maybe the second time you're doing this or the first time you're doing it, I recommend starting without weight. We're going to have 3 rounds, so you can always add weight as we go. I'm going to talk you through the first one. We're going to start with the weight in the left arm. I'm going to use my imaginary weight. Extend that right leg out with the weight in the left side. I'm going to spin around. We're going to pull that left foot in towards the hip. Place the right hand down to the side, about 30 degrees out from the body. Left arm straight up in the air. I've got my imaginary weight here. Pushing into that heel, I'm going to roll across that right elbow and then come all the way up to the hand. So I've got my hand out to the side, just like so. Watching my weight. And if you feel pretty confident about what you're doing here, you can add a step to it that we didn't do last time, lifting up out of that bottom shoulder. You'll push through your heel and drive your hips up and forward. And then we bring it down. So we roll it back, keeping my eyes on my hand, roll it across that elbow, up to the palm, lifting out of that shoulder. Now I'll push through the hand and the opposite foot to get that nice hip bridge. Down and back. Very good. Just at your own pace here, rolling across. Lift from shoulder to shoulder. We don't want to sink here. Good. Sharon, keep your hand a little bit more out to the side and then down. So we don't want the arm down close to our body. We want it about 60 degrees or so out from the side so that it's basically a straight line across the body to where my foot is on the opposite side. There you go. That looks better. Down and back. And if this is still fairly new for you, don't feel like you have to go to that bridge. Just stop here as your top position. That bridge is definitely more challenging through that shoulder position. Maybe 1 to 2 more. Up and sit, sitting tall, push high. Fantastic. If you want to bridge, good. And then all the way back. When you're ready, we're going to switch sides. So we're going to pretend we got a really heavy weight there. Protect your shoulder, bring it down with 2 arms, and then we'll roll it across to the other side, switch legs. I'm going to go ahead and hold a weight for this one so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to roll across, pick up my weight, start nice and light, elevating that arm straight up. Now I've got my right foot bent, left arm out to the side, pushing high, roll across that right elbow, come up to the left hand. If you feel secure here, you can bridge up through the hips, drive those hips high, and then down and taking it back. Very good. Anywhere between 4 and 6. Up, pushing high. You don't want that weight to get way out in front of you, right? Especially if you have an imaginary weight, just kind of imagine that you want it straight up. We don't want to lose it forward. But if it does start to fall forward, then just guide it down. Don't try to save it per se. You'll know. So if it's like coming forward on me, instead of trying to pull it back, I'm just going to guide it down to the floor. Fantastic. Let's go a couple more here. Push shoulder to shoulder, lift. Fantastic. Last one, and then we're going to be rolling it over for our plank pull-throughs. Awesome. All right, when you finish that, take your time. We're going to make our way over to the front side of the body. We're going to be supporting on our forearms for a forearm plank. If that challenges you, just hold that plank. It's going to be upwards of a minute here. If you're feeling pretty good with your planks, now you'll add a degree here with your weight, shifting your weight from one shoulder to the next, pulling the weight across your body. All right, so we're going to have 60 seconds to practice that. We're not going to worry about counting, just back and forth. If you start to arch or lose that position, please come down. You can always come back when you're ready. 2, 1, here we go. On the forearms as able. Hips and shoulders nice and square. Feel that midline brace as you shift that weight to one arm and then the other, and have as little movement as possible. Breathe. Nice work. Should be a nice light weight here. Oops. Reach it across the body, pulling it under. We're over 30 seconds in. There you go. Try to keep your hips just a little bit lower without arching the back. Fantastic. That's 45 seconds. Really holding strong. This is the end of set 1. You're gonna have a little bit of mobility before you roll it back over for the second set. 2, 1, and rest. Woo, good job. Let's go ahead and drop back into child's pose for a moment. Reach those arms long. Knees divide as the toes come together, and looking down towards the floor. Fantastic. From here, we're going to come back up onto all fours, and we're going to go 3 to 5 mid-back rotations. So hand behind the head, elbow towards the opposite elbow, lift up out of that bottom shoulder, peer up towards the ceiling. Upwards of 5, and we'll switch sides. Taking care of that mid-back today as we work those shoulders in the midline. One more. And then switch arms when you're ready. Wide handprint, really engage the palm, lifting up out of that support shoulder, elbow to elbow. Follow your elbow with your eyes. So try to peer up towards the ceiling and take your time in that open position. That's where you get the benefit of the movement. Good job. Couple more. Last one. Awesome. All right, if you'd like to grab a drink, and then we're going to go back onto our backs for the second set of those Turkish get-ups. Sit-ups, rather. The get-ups when we come all the way up to standing. All right, let's start with the weight on the left side of the body. Again, if you have any uncertainty through your shoulders, please don't use weights yet. With the weight in the left arm, I've got my left foot, left knee bent, left foot towards the glute. Actively push that shoulder up, right hand comes down to the side. And now I'm gonna watch that weight pushing high, roll across, up to the hand. If you feel stable here, really pushing out of that bottom shoulder, you can lift the hips up into that bridge. It's kind of like a wild thing pose in yoga almost. Back down and then all the way back. Upwards of 6 here, whatever feels good to you. Kind of keeping an eye on you guys, but I want you all to watch your weight. There you go, good. And taking your time back. Roll and lift. Nice, good focus. And that left foot tends to kind of creep out from your hips as you move. So as you lay on your back again, walk that foot back in. That's where you get a lot of your leverage, kind of pushing through that foot to help that position to roll across. Let's go 1 to 2 more. We'll switch arms. Lift. And down. Last one. Well done. All right, when you're ready, we'll switch sides. 2 hands, bring the weight down. If you're using weights, left foot out. Right foot walks in. Place the heel. Arm extended on the right side. Left hand flat down on the floor. Actively engage, pushing up towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, roll across, lifting up out of that support shoulder before you bridge the hips if you choose to. All the way back. Good focus positions here. We don't want to rush these. Moving well. Very nice, good job. Push high, lift. Beautiful. Maybe one more. And we're gonna make our way back over to that plank with the pull through option. And down, good job. If you're using weights, 2 hands to bring it down. Nice work. All right, making your way back. We're gonna go in just over 10 seconds for the start of the minute. If you're not quite ready, just join us when you are. All right, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Preferably on the forearms. Hips and shoulders as square as you can. And more than anything, we don't want that low back to arch. So when the hips start to drop is when you tend to arch the back. While it's not optimal to have your hips piped up either, That's going to be a more safe position for your low back. So I'd rather see the hips piked in the air than arched towards the floor. There's our first 30 seconds. Keep pulling that belly button in, hips and shoulders nice and level. Good. Really focus as you shift sides, as little shift as possible. There's our 45 seconds. Well done, almost there, maybe one more each side. 2, 1, and relax, good job. Let's go back into child's pose. This time we're gonna go palms up. So toes together, knees divide, place your palms up towards the ceiling, so little fingers together, and then drop back from there. Let's go 2 to 3 nice deep breaths. Last one. Good job. We're going to come back up for our rotations. You can either stay up on the hands, or if you're good to go a little bit deeper into the rotation, take it down to the forearm. Same idea from there. Hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, lift out of that bottom shoulder, peer towards the ceiling. 5 here. Breathe in, exhale on that rotation. 1 more. And switching sides when you're ready. All right, this is the end of the second set. When we finish these, we're going to take it back for 1 more round of get-ups. If you are more experienced and going to go a little bit heavier, by all means, and again, if you're newer to this, just be patient with it. Stay light. And then you'll know when you're ready to start to hold that weight. All righty. Roughly 4 to 6 on each arm is the recommendation, but whatever feels best to you. We'll start with the weight in that left arm. Use both hands to get into position. With the weight in the left arm, that means that left knee is going to be bent, foot by the glute. Right leg, right arm extended. Watch your positioning, and here we go. Drive into that heel, roll across. Nice. Option to lift those hips nice and high, and then taking it back. Reset each time as needed. Especially if you're going into that hip bridge, make sure that right hand is in good position, shoulder blade pulled back. Lifting up out of that support, good job. And the foot that you're pushing off of, so the left one in this instance, that guy will also tend to drop in as you're pushing. So try to keep it planted so it doesn't have a big dramatic drop inside towards your inner body. 1 to 2 more. Whew. Nice job. Last one. If you're ready to switch arms, go ahead. 2 hands to bring that weight down. Opposite leg comes in. Set in good position. Here we go. 2 arms to put it into place. Left hand out to the side. Make sure your right foot is bent. Actively pushing high. And when you're ready, rolling across. Lifting up out of both shoulders. Looks great, ladies. Nice job. Good. Nice long lines here. Breathing as you move. A few more. Good job. 1 to 2 more, and then we'll be going into our last set of those plank pull-throughs. Lift, elevate, fantastic, and rest. Woo. Nice job. Just about 25 seconds till we start our plank, so feel free to grab some water as you switch positions. I'll give you every 15 seconds on this last round of pull-throughs. So pick a weight you want to use, place it on one side of the body, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Place those elbows right underneath those shoulders. You can also do this on your knees as well. You need to kind of take a break off the toes. There's typically enough room to move it off the knees. Or like I said, just hold that midline strong. First 15 seconds done. Breathe through. And there's 30 seconds. You need to take a break, take a moment, and then come back in if you'd like to rejoin. Feel that midline fire as you shift the weight side to side. That's 45 seconds. Last stretch here. And 2, 1, and all done there. Fantastic. Final time into child's pose. We're going to go child's pose side stretch. So toes together, knees divide. Walk your hands to the left side of your body. Take your right arm, reach it nice and long, and then drop down from there. Nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, walk the hands to the opposite side. Left arm this time, stretches long, and just gently drop down. You typically won't come as close to the ground on the side stretch as when you're in the center. And come out of that. All right, for the final set of rotations, we're going to go a supinated position, which just simply means palm up. So we're going to go back to supported on the hand. As able, you're going to go palm up, rest it on the low back, and then still lifting up out of that bottom shoulder. Now you're simply going to dip your top shoulder towards the opposite hip and then lifting up from there. So it's just subtle variations here, dipping it down, lift and rotate, still peering towards the ceiling. 5 times each side. Sometimes I'll feel a little bit more through the hips here as I'm rotating, a little bit lower through the torso. And then switching sides when you're ready. Remember, wide handprint, starfish those hands, grip the fingers down, and then hand up on that low back. There you go. Good, Sharon. Dip it in, lift and rotate. Five times on this opposite side. Very good. Once you finish those, we're going to stay down on the floor for a couple more stretches. We're getting ready for some lunges. I want to stretch out the quads. So we're going to go side lying quad stretch. This is where you can get a band as needed or wrap it around the foot. Otherwise, if you can grab that foot, pull that heel in towards the glute, top shoulder back. 20 seconds here. And you can stay propped on the elbow here. You can go outstretched on your arm as well, whatever you prefer. Breathing, just gently working into that stretch. 2, 1, relax and switch sides. And supporting through the shoulder, grab that foot, pull on up, and breathe. Stretches should feel like mild stretches, not super intense, just encouraging the body, new lengths. Couple more breaths here. And relax. Awesome. Go ahead and roll onto your back. Extend your right leg out. Pull the left knee towards the left shoulder. We're going to revisit that ankle again. Roll it around a few times. And then you're going to gently take that left knee, sweep it across the body like you're trying to pull it towards the right shoulder, and just say hello to that hip and glute on the left side. You can glide that knee up and down a little bit here. Checking in with that hip joint as you stretch out that glute. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides. Extend the left leg. Actively push that left thigh down towards the floor. Pull the right knee towards the right shoulder. And here we go for those ankle rolls. Rolling the ankle around 3 to 5 times each way. Good, and then gently bring that knee across the body, opening through that glute there. Slide it up and down. Fantastic. When you finish that, let's go ahead and come on up to our feet. We're gonna warm up some squats, and then we're gonna go into those lunges. Actually, before I jump up, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna be alternating the lunges with. So we'll go lunges for upwards of a minute, and we're gonna make our way. If you prefer, you can stand and do the band pull-aparts. Okay, so it'll be an option, or you can lie on your stomach for some Supermans or lying flies. So I'm gonna have 3 rounds. First variation, I'm gonna go hands at the sides. Second, I'm gonna go hands behind the head. Third will be arms outstretched. It'll be 30 seconds. All right, but go ahead and come on up. Let's warm up some squatting. Place those feet about hip width apart. Slight toe out, chest nice and tall. Reach the arms out. Just take your time, sinking those hips back. First time doing some squats here this morning. And then drive through your full foot and stand. Very good. 2 more. Grip the toes, sinking back. Beautiful. And stand. Last time. Nice and smooth, sinking back. And straight up. Push through those heels. All right, folks. So for the lunges, you're going to alternate legs. You're going to stand tall. You're going to take a long enough step back that when you bring that knee down, this front shin is vertical, heel is planted. Drive into that heel to come up and forward. And you'll switch sides. Step back, control it down. Heel is planted, shin is vertical. And I dig that heel down on that front foot to propel me up and forward. All right, so be patient, build into it. 3 rounds total, moving with control. Starting that first minute in 2, 1, and here we go. Back and down. And if you don't quite feel ready to take that knee all the way down, just go as far as you can have good stability. Move with confidence. If you're an experienced lunger here and want to add some weight from the start, you're always welcome to grab weight. We'll wait till rounds 2 and 3 for that. And if you're someone that's building up leg strength, just be patient with adding weight. Make sure you have a really confident full range of motion on that lunge before you add weight. There's our first 30 seconds. Nice. Better knee position today, Sharon. Good job, Jean. Yep. Good work. Nice and smooth. Whew. We're just over 45 seconds. Keeping the hips nice and square as you lower. Maybe 1 more. 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna rotate. Good job. Either grab your band if you want to stay standing or join me down on the floor. It's gonna be 30 seconds. Like I mentioned, the first one, I'm gonna go arms at the side, palms up whenever you're ready. Try to look down towards your mat once you know what you're doing. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Fire your glutes while you focus to lengthen out of your spine. So think about trying to lengthen from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes. And squeeze the bum. You don't want to have any pinching that low back. As you lift, pull your shoulder blades down your body. Feel like you're going to fly right off your mat. And relax. Very good. 30 seconds rest. Kind of take your time coming up. If you want to push back into child's pose, kind of make your way through. You're going to push back into down dog. And just taking your time, grabbing some water. Nice work. That's set 1. We're going to go back to those lunges in 10 seconds. So unweighted, or if you want to hold weight, I like to start with it up underneath the chin to help keep that chest nice and tall. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Controlling the step. Good position of that front leg. Nice. There you go. Yep. Keep that step nice and long. There you go, Jean. Woo. Balance check. Come Coming up on that first 30 seconds. Moving well. 30 seconds down. Chest tall, eyes looking straight ahead. Well done. That's 45 seconds. Good. Maybe one or two more on each leg. Probably more like 1 and 2, 1. Rest and rotate. Good job. Either stay standing with your bands or join me back on the floor. I'm going to vary up the arm position. So those of you on the floor, we're going to go hands behind the head this time. Nice deep breath. 2, 1. Here we go. Basically everything else is the same. Still trying to lengthen from head to toe. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze those shoulder blades. And don't forget to breathe. Up and pause, down and relax. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Making your way up, dropping the hips back, and just stretching a little bit along the way. Opening up that low back again. We'll take 30 seconds till we start that final round of this second set. Great job, folks. 15 seconds till we go. All righty, place those feet nice and strong, eyes straight ahead. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Remember to still control that knee down. You don't want to slam your kneecap into the floor. That doesn't feel good. Front heel drives. Chest stays tall. First 15 seconds. Fantastic, good focus. And keep that step nice and long as you reach back. Just over 30 seconds. Moving well. Final workout of the 2020. 15 seconds left. Good, continue to focus. Maybe one more, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Last time, taking it to the floor, or again, staying tall for the pull aparts. All righty, we're gonna go arms outstretched overhead if everything's feeling good. 2, 1, here we go. Lift and pause, down and relax. Now you can think about lengthening from fingertips to the tips of your toes. Breathe. And really fire in those glutes. So squeeze them, squeeze, 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 and relax. 1 to 2 more. And 2, 1, all done there. Whew. Fantastic. Take your time coming up, kind of rock it side to side, stretch out that body once more. We just have one more circuit left, folks. We're cycling 2 exercises. Going to get some water while I take you through this. We'll be doing a dumbbell thruster. Oops. You can do weights in each hand. You could go unweighted. That's our full squat stand, taking it up to overhead. Squatting down, pushing high, 45 seconds there. 15 seconds to rotate, and then one more time down for our plank with our Renegade rows. Okay, if you need a break from that plank position, an alternative would be a seated row with the band. Okay, we did quite a bit of plank work in the first half, so if your body's like, I'm done with that, then do this guy here with the bands. If you don't have bands, you can mimic it, right? We're just opening the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades back. 45 seconds on each, 15 seconds in between movements. We're going to do it for 4 rounds total. So 8 minutes. And we're going to start in 20 seconds. If you aren't quite ready, just join us when you are. You can also hold the weight underneath your chin if you just have one. We call it a goblet thruster. So place the feet about hip width apart, eyes looking straight ahead. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Take your time, warm it up, sinking into that squat, driving the hips, pushing straight up to overhead. And if you want to break from that overhead, you could just do the regular squat. So I can just stand and breathe. You don't have to do that full thruster. Otherwise, smooth breathing, chest tall. Fantastic. And I'll tell you at 30 seconds, in case you want a little bit more rest, you can work for 30, rest for 30. That's our 30 right there. So full interval is 45. A few more reps. Round 1 of 4. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. Either with your band or make your way to the Renegade rows. And if you don't have weights that are stable here, you can do what we call a plank row, where you pretend that you do. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So with the plank row, just a plank, pulling the elbow high. If you have those weights you can use, that's fantastic. Just make sure they're not gonna roll out from under you. As you row that elbow high, pull that shoulder blade in towards that spine. Breathe. Nice strong support out of that downside shoulder. There's 30 seconds. Woo. Nice work. Staying square, staying strong. 3, 2, 1, and rotate. Good job. If you need more rest, take it. Otherwise, we're going back to those thrusters in 5 seconds. Set the feet about hip width apart. 2, 1, here we go. Eyes up, chest tall. Good control into your squats. Nice, ladies. Heels down, knees push wide. Good. Breathe. And it's called a thruster because that last bit of the squat, think about thrusting your hips. Give that little upward lift. There's 30 seconds. As you push to overhead, midline strong, avoid arching that low back. 2, 1, and rest. Back to the rows. Woo. Nice work. Place those hands right underneath the shoulders. 2, 1, here we go. Feet a little bit wider than the hips will help keep a nice stable base. And those of you that tend to be hypermobile in the elbows, avoid hyperextending. So keep a little give, especially as you support on one arm. Nice. Focus right between your hands, keeping your head neutral. There's 30 seconds. Feel free to rest there. Challenging finish here. Good job. Moving with control. 2, 1, rest and rotate. Halfway through, folks. Second to last set of thrusters. Place the feet just outside the hips, slight toe out. 2, 1, round 3. Breathe. Squeeze the glutes as you stand, pushing tall to overhead. Wonderful. Yep, take your time, sink into that squat, driving the knees out. Woo. Fantastic, that's 30 seconds. Rest now for a full 30-second break. Great work, eyes up, you can do it. And 3, 2, 1, rest and rotate. Woo! Back to those rows. Alrighty, and 3, 2, 1. Second to last time. Pull the shoulder blade down your spine. You can pause with that hand or weight against your torso. Really strengthen that shoulder blade in a good position. Nice work. 20 seconds done. There's 30 seconds. Nice job, Sharon. There you go, good. Pulling it in and pause. Maybe one more each side. And 2, 1. And our final time to the thrusters. Words are getting tongue-tied. All right, if you're using weights, go ahead and grab them. Place those feet about hip width apart. 2, 1. Join us when you're ready. Last time on these guys. Remember to not arch that back, so midline strong. Think ribs down, front of the ribs pulled in. Fantastic. Almost a 30. There's our 30. And continue to control that descent into the bottom. You don't want to just bounce down there. Nice and strong. Fantastic. Give me one more. 2, 1. Final rotation. Woo! Alrighty, here we go. We'll finish this, and then just the cool down stretch. 2, 1, and begin. As the breathing elevates, just keep it focused. You can allow it to be a higher breathing. Just try to have it be consistent. Very good. 20 seconds done. Rest or come to the knees if you need. Solid job. That's 30. Good high elbow position. Woo! Breathing through it. And 2, 1, and we are all done. Come on down. Good job. Give yourself a round of applause. Way to stick with that. Let's go ahead and shake out those wrists. Kind of wiggle them around. There we go. Whew. All right, let's go ahead and come on up to our feet for the cool down stretch. If you have a wall or a doorway nearby, we're going to start with the chest and triceps. But first, a little bit of water. All right, folks, we're going to go elbow about 90 degrees. Place it against your wall or doorway. Inside leg steps forward. Lean into it without arching the low back. So ribs down, opening the chest, and then you'll rotate, turning away. And just start by holding this position, nice deep breathing. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the outside arm, and we're going to make some nice big backwards sweeping circles. So I go palm towards the wall as I reach in front, and then I pivot my hand away as I reach overhead. Once more. Very good. From here, walk the feet in. I'm going to take that elbow. I'm just going to work the elbow up the wall. Now I'm going to switch my feet. Now my inside foot steps back, and I'm just making my way, trying to bring my upper arm flat against the wall the best I can, just stretching it out. Again, midline strong, no arching. Stretching that top part of the arm. One more breath here. And then let's turn it around. Same thing other side. So we're going to start at 90 degrees with the chest opener. Place the arm on the wall. Inside leg steps forward. Lean into it and then pivot away. Breathe here. Hold this position for a couple breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll do our 3 nice big sweeping circles up and around and back. Job, once more. Very good. Then we're going to work that elbow up the wall, switch the position of the feet, and just lower that top arm down into the wall. Pull the chin in, stay tall. Nice deep breaths. And relax out of that. Very good. Go ahead and join me. You can in a chair or you're going to seat on the ground. We're going to just finish with some figure 4. So pick a leg you want to start with. I'm going to go right foot on the left thigh. You can lay on your back for this or just sit tall here, walking this foot in, and just get a nice stretch in the outer hip. And kind of double up with an upper body stretch as well, walking the hands back, opening the chest. Where are you? And just kind of rock the legs side to side. And then we'll switch when you're ready. Walk that leg out. Same thing other side. Cross the foot over. Pull the foot up and in.
Just do not.
And this is a good one that you can do tomorrow or the day after if you're feeling some stiffness from those lunges in the hips. Do it seated in a chair as well. Just pulling the foot up to the opposite thigh. Good. And then go ahead and relax. Final one, quad stretch. Let's go ahead and go on an outstretched arm this time. Grab that top foot, pull that heel back, and just relax the head down. Breathe. Tap the back. Nice job. Switch sides when you're ready. Having that foot, and we're going to go about 20 seconds here. Good. Pull that top shoulder back as well, gently driving the leg. So I just kind of push the thigh back as my leg lengthens. And 2, 1, and relax. Fantastic. Feel free if you want to kind of roll onto your back, stretch that out anymore. Anything else that your body's feeling. Otherwise, folks, thanks for coming and moving with us today. Have a safe end to 2020 and hope to see you in the new year.